Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to a Talking Habs news update for your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. All right, let's get right into the news. So, if you remember last year's NHL entry draft, which I'm sure we all do, the Montreal Canadiens selected a kid that brought with him a lot of controversy. He had asked not to be drafted that year because of all this controversy, and Montreal Canadiens decided to draft him anyway. And I've got my feelings about this kid. I call him the kid. I don't really mention his name. And anyway, we're going to talk about it. So he made his OHL debut with the London Knights last night. It was an impressive debut for anyone. He played on the first pairing. He's a defenseman. He had 2 assists, 5 shots on goal, +4. He was a quarterback on the first power play unit. So now I've talked about this briefly about this kid. I don't know how to feel about him right now. It's kind of different than Austin Matthews with his this sexual misconduct that he was able to buy his way out of. This kid actually paid a price. I'm not sure it's long enough or a big enough price, but he did pay a price for what he did. I'm sure he'll continue to pay a bit of a price for it, probably for the rest of his career. And at some point, it looks like I'm going to have to talk about him. It's already getting to that, especially if he makes the big club. So on that note, I would actually like your guys' opinion on this. Leave a comment in the comment section. How do you feel about this kid? I'm going to mention his name for the first time since he was drafted, and that's Logan Mailloux. Let me know how you think about him, and how you think I should tackle the situation going forward. Should I, I don't know what to do about it. I said I wasn't going to talk about him, but it's clear that I'm going to have to, and quite frankly, it's clear that the kid's paying the price, paid a bit of a price, and all that stuff. And anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. He had a very impressive debut with the London Knights, and the kid looks like he's got all the tools. And if he does make it here, he's going to probably be a big name, and I'm going to have to talk about him a lot. So I'd like to know how to handle it without getting canceled by anybody. And I don't mean it like to be a chicken shit way out of it. I just, I'd like to know what you guys think. On a sadder note, Joel Edmondson's dad passed away yesterday. He was in his early 50s. He passed away from lung cancer. So my condolences, and I'm sure everyone, condolences from the Habs and all that. My condolences to Joel and his family. My thoughts are with him. Really sad. I mean, he's a young man. He's probably a little younger than I am. And it's just, it's really sad to hear that. So rest in peace, Bob Edmondson. And like I said, condolences to the Edmondson family. Hard to know where to go with that after that. It's not easy. So speaking of something tragic like that, and this is not really tragic, but I think it's something that Montreal Habs fans, a lot of them have been hoping for, myself included. Montreal has hit rock bottom, as I put it. The Habs are, it shows they're 31st in the league, but if you go by the winning percentage, and it's a small, it's just like a point, they're 32nd in the league in winning percentage. So I think, with 2 games in hand that Arizona has, all they need to do is basically Arizona's next point will put them ahead of Montreal, especially if it's a win, and it'll definitely put them ahead of Montreal in points. So it looks like a top 3 pick is coming. A top 3 pick. If Montreal finishes at the bottom of the league at the end of the year, even if they don't win the draft lottery, the worst they could have is a top 3 pick. So and they're on their way. It's looking like it. At this point, with the way it's going, they're not turning it around. Like, kind of knock wood that they get there, because I'd like to see a good pick come out of this year. Subscribe and ring that notifications bell, and hey, give a thumbs up. Who's on your Mount Rushmore? So Mount Rushmore is in the U.S. It's got the four presidents, I guess the most influential presidents in American history. Their faces carved into the mountain. So that's the Mount Rushmore. Who's yours in hockey? I'm going to let me know in the comment section. Let me know who your Mount Rushmore is. I'm going to let you know mine right now. Mine are Bobby Orr, who I think is the, I mean, in my opinion, Bobby Orr is the best hockey player to ever play the game. Why? He could do everything at full speed. He could just do everything. You could hardly take the puck away from the guy. He could kill penalties by himself. For me, Bobby Orr was the best hockey player ever. As far as a lot of people would probably have Maurice Richard. I never saw Maurice Richard play, so I'm going to go with guys that I actually saw play. And Jean Beliveau. Jean Beliveau, great, classy guy and a great hockey player. Yeah, I think he has to be there for me. The next one, Gordie Howe. Gordie Howe, I saw him, I mean, mostly because he played forever. So I saw him play in the WHA, I think, more than anything else. And then his last season with Hartford in 1980, I believe. Definitely one of the greatest players ever. A lot of people would say the greatest player ever to play the game. If not Gretzky, it's usually Howe. For me, it's Orr. But he's definitely up there. And then for me, because everyone should know that this player is my favorite all-time hockey player, and that's Guy Lafleur. I think Guy Lafleur, I think I can make a case that he should be up there. But, I think it's a personal thing. So I think so. For my personal one is Guy Lafleur. So let me know who you guys think for your personal Mount Rushmore. Who would be up there? On a different note, not a hockey note, but it's Montreal Expos, and this channel is definitely loves the Expos. And if there's any news on the Expos, I'm going to mention it here. And this is a great player. 19 years ago, Gary Carter was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. I don't know if it's 19 years to the day, but it was 19 years ago. And if you see there, he's wearing an Expos cap. So, I mean, great on it. He won a World Series with the Mets, so he could have gone with the Mets, but he was a great guy, I think, and a great catcher. For me, the greatest catcher ever. And it just shows good man that he went in there with an Expos cap. I don't know if it was the first one, but there's not a lot of Expos caps in the Baseball Hall of Fame. So on a side note, I know it's Expos, not hockey, but Gary Carter elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame 19 years ago. Next is a question from in the comment section from a viewer. Mike King asks, "What do you think about a Caulfield trade involving I think it's Jeff Chikrin? I don't know what his first name is. Chikrin from the Arizona Coyotes." First, I answered him. Well, what did I answer him? I don't think they're going to trade Caulfield yet. I wouldn't trade Caulfield yet. And I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't give up on Caulfield yet. I mean, that's ridiculous. Not in a shitty season like that. I wouldn't give up on him. So the thing, I like Chikrin. Think he'll be a really good defenseman here. He's young, all that. But you're talking about two teams that are basically in the same path right now, both rebuilding. They're both looking for the same thing. Not to say that Montreal might not be interested in acquiring Chikrin, but it means giving up a first-round pick and all that, and Montreal's trying to acquire that. So I doubt that you'd see a trade like that happen, mostly based on that these two teams at the same spot right now, both rebuilding and both looking to get the same kind of thing back in return. I don't see how there's a marriage there necessarily. I mean, unless Montreal manages to pick up 2, 3, 4 first-round picks with all the movement that might happen, maybe, but I don't see it. What do I got next here? This is news of, you know what? I'm going to go over here first. 2 more Montreal Canadiens were added to the COVID list. Surprise. The surprise is there anybody left to add to the COVID list besides Nick Suzuki? I don't know. Cale Clegg and Alex Belzile are the latest to be added. So I think it leaves, and I'm not sure about Michael McNiven. I don't know. He might have gotten it early on. I just found out, someone reminded me that Brett Kulak had gotten it early on. So I thought he was one. But to me, it's just Nick Suzuki and Michael McNiven are the only ones I can think of anyway that haven't gotten it. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. If there's somebody that hasn't gotten it other than these 2 guys, and maybe McNiven did get it. I'm wrong on that. Nick Suzuki hasn't, So it's the weirdest thing. So it's kind of brutal. I hope they have enough players for Wednesday's game. So they're supposed to play on the 12th. That's Wednesday in Boston. I don't know. In 5 days, I don't know who comes off in time. I don't know that there's enough players. I know 3 guys are coming back. Say McNiven hasn't had it, and McNiven gets it. There's no goalies. I think there's maybe the 2 guys in the ECHL. I'm not even sure if there's 2 left down there. So I don't know what's going to happen. I kind of think that is a good possibility Wednesdays, and it's back-to-back situation. So Wednesday, Thursday, I think it's Chicago on the back-to-back. I think that those 2 could get postponed if the Habs aren't able to play. Also, the team's on hiatus now from all activities, practice, and all that. The Brassard practice facilities shut down. So they're shut down, supposed to open back up. I'm filming this on Saturday. Supposed to open back up tomorrow on Sunday. You know, if there's another 2 guys that go on the list, I don't know. Maybe they postpone that. And then, of course, if that's the case, definitely think the next 2 games are going to get postponed because then they don't play till the 17th. It gives them some time for guys to come back. We know there's a big group of guys coming back on the 10th, but they can't get ready in time for the Boston game. So let's see what happens. All right, so I've got this. This came in late as I was preparing this. San Jose Sharks have placed Evander Kane on unconditional waivers to terminate his contract. No surprise there. This is the announcement. The San Jose Sharks have informed Evander Kane that he has been placed on unconditional waivers with intent to terminate his contract for breach of his NHL standard player contract and for violation of the AHL COVID-19 protocols. The club will have no further comment on this matter. In other words, that's it. That's all he's done. Apparently, he, again, in AHL, tried with a fake vax pass or whatever. Yeah, I don't know, but he's gone. He's going to be gone. The joke's out there now about Bergevin. He doesn't have any, like, he's not working for a team. Damn, he can't sign him up. The perfect player for him. Now, he wouldn't have gone after Evander Kane. So Evander Kane done. I don't know. Maybe he'll go to Russia. I mean, where KHL? Where's he going to play now? I don't know. Maybe he'll be on the men's hockey team for the Olympics. He'll have to have another fake vax pass to get over into China. And then this came out also. It's kind of an update, I guess, on Max Domi. The Columbus Blue Jackets apparently are looking to move out Max Domi. So I'm curious, in a rebuild here in Montreal, now I know he's making a bit of money, so maybe an off season because I think he's a free agent next year. So would you sign him as a free agent, or would you trade for him? I guess if his contract's over, you're paying very little if you get him at the deadline. But would you want the Montreal Canadiens to go after Max Domi and have him around while they rebuild? Would he be a kind of player that would be good to have here in a rebuild? Yeah, let me know what you think. I'm kind of on the fence of that. I know he's making a lot of money. I know it was a 2-year deal, and I believe he's gone there for 2 years now after the end of this season. So I guess if you were going to go after him, it means you re-sign him and him to be here. Couldn't hurt. I like Max Domi. Yeah, I'd be okay having Domi here for a couple of years during a rebuild and see where that goes. I don't know that they'd do something like that, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And on that note, I guess that's it. We're at the end. Thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, if you're watching this on Saturday, you'll check out Saturday Hockey Talk, 9 o'clock tonight. That's Saturday night, and hopefully I'll see you there. Ciao. Peace out. Stay safe. Subscribe and ring that notifications bell. And hey, give a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hey, check out that video over there.